Let's catch up with Tim Blair, the blogger to The Nation and Daily Telegraph columnist. Good to talk to you, Tim. I was intrigued by your column today because over the last year or more, we've focused a lot on these lithium battery fires that have started up all around the place. People charging their golf carts or their e-bikes or their e-scooters. Caused an enormous number of fires, even a couple of fatalities, sadly, a month or so ago. And you've written in detail about this, and you kick it off with the very, very pertinent observation that one of the great things about a bicycle is that it normally just doesn't catch fire.
Yes, this is true. I've being a professional journalist with great resource capacities and research abilities, I've gone through the history of bicycles right back to the 18th century and discovered that no, you could basically leave a bicycle in your garage or the ancient equivalent of garages, and the thing would be basically intact and non-flammable by the time you return to it the next day. With your e-scooters and e-bikes, very sadly, it's often not the case. These things do blow up. We can't say frequently, I don't think, Chris, but when they do go, my God, do they take a lot of household structures and even some lives with them.
Yeah, it's a really serious issue. People need to be aware of it because you should not leave your e-bike or your e-scooter charging indoors overnight or when you're not home. Just don't do it. It's too risky. And there's been a recent recall of batteries too. I think these ones are more commonly associated with solar panels, but have a look at this recall notice.
There's a safety recall on solar system batteries branded LG, LG Chem and some Solax products. Affected batteries may overheat and catch fire. Even if you have checked before, please check again.
Yeah, it could cause death is the warning. Now, obviously, there's problems there. It's ironic, of course, with both of these things. They're usually promoted to reduce carbon emissions. They're all part of our switch to green energy, supposedly. But with starting all these fires, they're doing quite the opposite.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the article, I cite a paper from the United Nations from 2021 saying that lithium-ion batteries are this great leap forward for humankind in terms of reducing our greenhouse gas emissions and so on. But they actually do create quite a deal of pollution, as we've seen from we're looking at footage right now. They create quite more deal pollution than perhaps some less modish alternatives. There's also the issue, Chris, of nuclear energy, which apparently is a great terror. Even though you put all the nuclear disasters together of the last 68 years, I think there's been 4 or 5 major disasters you'd probably classify, and 30 deaths. Yet these things, I think worldwide, 36 deaths just in the first half of 2023.
Yeah.
Yet there's no panic. Yeah,
it's frightening. No panic, yeah. Interesting. Now, one vehicle that has a thumping great lithium battery is your Tesla. I noticed that the price is going down for Teslas, which is good. It means you can line up and get yourself one now.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that, Chris. Yeah, hanging out for it, mate. But, a big fan of Elon Musk here on his free speech stance. But it looks like he might soon be giving us free cars. These things the price of your Teslas is really falling. And this is intriguing because Tesla's the world's most popular vehicle, I think, last year. The great sort of selling point of Teslas is the name. If you say you own a Tesla in the right circles, people immediately know you own an electric car. It's synonymous with electric. If you say you own a certain type of Hyundai or Toyota or any number of other manufacturers who also offer electric vehicles, you've got to actually say it's the electronic version. I'm not one of these terrible Luddites driving, an old-fashioned BMW or an old-fashioned Ford. So Tesla's always had that advantage. When the market leader begins to suffer and begins to carve thousands of dollars off its price, might be telling us a little bit more about e-vehicles, yes.